Well, it is that time again. It is time for another completed pages video. Before I share with you the pages I colored in June, here is something you need to know. I didn't have a lot of time for coloring in June, so you will not see a lot of pages from me. And one of the things you need to know about me when it comes to the number of pages I color, I do not force myself to color a whole lot of pages. When I first started coloring on this channel, I tried to color so many pages because I thought that that was the thing to do and that it would be impressive to other people. But now, as I have continued coloring on my journey, I don't really care about all that. What I care about is the quality of the page. How well did I do certain techniques? I take my time more so than anything. And that means more to me than how many pages I color. So just so you know, I don't have a lot of pages that I colored, but the pages that I did color, I really enjoyed coloring them and I think they look fabulous. Another thing you need to know is that this month in June, I volunteered at a camp for children and adults with disabilities. It was so much fun. It just warmed my heart. That's where my time went. I completed a WIP in A Million Baby Animals by Lulu Mayo. So check it out here. This is it. I used Faber-Castell polychromos as well as the Slicey gel pen, which is a gold pen. Let me bring it up closer so you can see it. I had a lot of fun coloring this. It took me some time to color this page. This has been a long time in the making as far as a WIP is concerned. I think it turned out very nicely. It just took me a long time to complete it. And one of the other things that you need to know, I caught myself fixing the page and I thought I used workable fixative, but I didn't. I used another type of fixative that is for watercolor. So it tends to make it look a little bit different than it would have had I not used that fixative. But overall, it still looks good. The next page that I completed also in this book is this page. You might hear some thunder because it's thundering and raining where I am. This is a page that I completed and I use my pastel pencils, which are the Carbo Othello pencils from Stabilo. For the background, I used it on the cat here. I think that's a cat. Yeah, I think that's a cat. And I also use it on the little ribbon or banner things here. That's it. The rest of the picture, I use the Crayola color tip markers. So let me bring it up closer so you can see how it looks here. This was a lot of fun to color because I was stepping outside of my comfort zone with my pastel pencils, which I will be coloring more with those in the future. I just was getting my feet wet with them to do the background here and the little ribbon stuff. Yeah, that's all I colored in A Million Baby Animals by Lulu Mayo. The next book that I have also from Lulu Mayo is A Million Puppies. I colored this page, which is similar to the cover page. Well, it is exactly the same. And I tried to mimic what I saw here. I used the Staedtler colored pencils specifically. Let me get my little notes here. I used the Ergosoft Staedtler colored pencils, and I used my Slicey gel pen, and that's it. So check it out. I think this turned out so lovely. The animals are so cute, and I had a wonderful time coloring this page. The Slicey pens are my jam. They are so smooth, like butter when you use them on a page. I love them. I love those pens. The next page that I have is this one. And I used the Derwent Color Soft pencils on this page. So check it out. Little desserts going on with the little animals, which are so cute, and flowers and all that good stuff. I also used the Slicey gel pen, which is a metallic pen. This one is the silver one. And on this page, I used the gold one. Okay, I didn't mention what color the Slicey metallic pen was that I used. On this one, I used the silver, and I did also use some white gel pen in specific places. As you can probably tell here, down here, over here, over here. And that is all I colored in A Million Puppies. I did not use a white gel pen here, I don't think. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. On the little bow here, I have white gel pen. These are the only 2 pages I colored in here, and I enjoyed it a lot. The next page that I have to share with you is a group buddy color. We are coloring in the books from the Tiny World series, and this is one of those that we colored in for June. This is the Tiny Worlds, and it says an artist coloring book of mesmerizing miniatures and uncanny universes by Matt Edwards. This is the page I colored. Check it out. Now, this page took so much time, but I think I'm drawn to pages that have a lot going on because I'm up for a challenge. Sometimes I'm just up for a challenge and I want to see what I can do with this. I used a variety of pencils on this illustration. So first up, let's talk about the background. Again, I am trying to get into using pastel pencils. And so for the background, I used pastel pencils. I think the ones I used are from Stabilo Carbo Othello, I believe that's what they're called. And I did that on the background for the blue and lighter shades of blue here. When I first started coloring this page, I started off with Prismacolor right up in here. Then I said, I don't think I want to stick with Prismacolor. So I started coloring the rest of this page with my Derwent Pro Color colored pencils. And that is what the majority of this page was done with. So check it out. I did not use any other accents or pens or anything like that. I just colored it with pencils. And I think it turned out very nicely. All right. That is it. If you want to see all of the other people's pages that are in our group, go over it and check out J.I. Coloring or Colorist. I'll put her channel up here in the right hand corner of this video, but I'll also link her in the description box. But if you want to see all the other pages that everyone did in the group, then go over and check her out. All right. That's all I colored in this book, Tiny Worlds. Moving right along. I colored a few, I would say, introductory pages in this book, Floromania by Ravina. This is the first page here. I used the Derwent Color Soft color pencils. I think it turned out very nicely. I was trying to work on my blending skills, and I think I did a fairly decent job. The next introductory page that I colored is this one. And I used the Derwent Pro Color color pencils. I also like this as well. I think it turned out very nicely. I colored some more little pages here. Derwent Pro Color, Derwent Pro Color. And this is the author's name here, okay? The last little element I colored in this book is this. I used the Pro Color color pencils from Derwent as well. Those are all of the items that I colored in Floramania. Up next, I have a few introductory pages that I colored in Vibrant Wilds by Sarah Clark. I didn't color this. I don't know why I skipped it, but I will be coloring this for July for sure. This is a page that took me quite a while to color. And here's what's going on this page. When I first started out, I wanted to use my brush tip markers from King Arts. And those are watercolor brush tip markers. But what I decided to do is change up what I was doing. You see how dark it is here? I was just going straight in with the marker. But then I decided that I wanted my background to look more like a watercolor look. So here's what I did. I took my brush tip markers, rubbed them on my little palette that I have, and then I took my water brush for watercolor and mixed it with water, and then I went in and put the color in the background. I wanted more of a watercolor look, and that's what I did here. Here is what I used to color the flowers. I used the Koh-i-Noor Tritone pencils for most of this page as it relates to the flowers. I also used the Koh-i-Noor Magic pencils. And I was just trying to test to see how they would actually look on this page. I also have some other types of pencils that are similar to the Magic color pencils from Koh-i-Noor. Those are the fat Magic pencils. Well, I have some called Happy Color as well, and I use some of those on here too. And I think that's all I used for this page. So check it out. You can kind of see that I have a lot of different colors going on, but this is a page I wanted to experiment with those pencils to see what I would come up with, just for fun. And I think it turned out very nicely. The next page that I colored is this page. And this took me a while. I used colored pencils. And the color pencils that I used on this page, Derwent Pro Color colored pencils. So check it out here. This took me a while to color as well because I was just pretty much taking my time. When I color, I don't ever be in a rush or a hurry to get a page done. I just try to take my time to enjoy the process. And I really did enjoy coloring this page here. I love coloring flowers anyway, and I was trying to make them look, you know, pretty. And that is all I colored in Vibrant Wilds. Up next, I have I would say, double page spread that I colored in this Japanese coloring book. And it's all about a little mouse artist named Yuri. I colored this page. This page took me a long time because I took it in groups of things. So when I first started coloring, I colored the window, and then I colored all of the furniture. And then I went in and colored the little things on the desk and the book. So I just took things a little at a time. And so it took me quite some time to complete this, but I am very pleased how it turned out. Here's what I used. This is all colored pencil, and I used for the bulk of this page Derwent Pro Color colored pencils. Check it out. Sometimes I like for my colored pencils to look more washed out or to give me a watercolor type of look. And that's what I was going for here. just in case you're wondering, like, why isn't the floor more saturated with color? Because I wasn't going for that. I was going for a more, you know, rustic type of look. Now, I did use the Derwent Color Soft pencils on this case here. The blue and the little, I would say yellow ochre, whatever the color is here. That's what I used here, the Derwent Color Soft pencils. I just wanted to see, like, what is the difference? And what I noticed is that the Color Soft pencils were a little bit more waxy. They are softer and they were easy to blend and to just put a whole lot of color down. But yeah, I am very proud of this page. As I stated, it took me a long time to color it, but I enjoyed every single minute of coloring this. And I enjoyed it immensely. Yes. That's all that I colored in my little Japanese coloring book with my main character as Yuri. Here is the last page that I completed in June. This is from Scandinavian by Zena Shaha. And I colored this page. I didn't do a background. I was just coloring, okay? And I used the Derwent Pro Color colored pencils for this illustration. This is one of my project books. So usually with a project book, I just don't skip any pages. I go in order. So that's what I'm doing in this book. Again, I use the Derwent Pro Color colored pencils. And that is all I colored for June, but I do have 2 more books to share with you. These are WIPS, and I want you to know that I did work on some other things. I just didn't complete them. The first WIP that I have is from the Forest Girls coloring book. I started this page here. I used Derwent Pro Color, and on top of the color, I used my Light Fast from Derwent. So check it out. I just got started trying to color this page here. And that is it for this book. Hopefully, I'll have this page completed for July. The next book that I have is Magical Worlds. This is the page that I have been working on. I didn't complete it for June. It will be for July. But this is what I have so far. The color pencils that I'm using for this page is the Derwent Color Soft color pencils. And that is it for this video. But here's something you need to know. For this month, I plan to do a color along and a coloring chat. It's in a book that I meant to do for June. And let me show you the book because you may have the book and you might want to follow along with me. Let me get that book right quick. It is the Dollhouse Coloring Book, or the Antique Dollhouse Coloring Book. Someone suggested that I do a color along with this book, and I'm going to do it. I'm taking your suggestion to heart, and I will be doing that video this month in July. I plan to do this page as a coloring chat. So I will be coloring and chatting on this page. This is the Classic House, which is also on the back of the book. And then for my color along, I will be doing this page, which is the dressing room. I just wanted to let you know so that in case you do have this book, you might want to color along with me. All right. I think that's it. All that I have to share with you. This month in June was very busy for me, but I enjoyed every page that I colored. I had a lot of fun, and I look forward to having a lot of more fun in July with my coloring. All right. That's it. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them in the comment section below. Until next time, keep calm and keep coloring. Bye.